Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It's me from my channel, and today we are going to talk about blood and bullion. Now, I don't know how many of you have ever heard of bullion before. It is basically a refined form of precious metals like gold or silver. So, it's the purest form in which you can get these metals, and oftentimes it's sold in bars or coins. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. This was a very difficult topic for me to research because there is not a whole lot of information out there on this particular subject, but what I did find was fascinating. So, I hope you enjoy it as well. The word bullion comes from the Spanish word for gold, which is el bullion. The word made its way into the English language in the 1500s, and it's also the name given to the bars of gold and silver held in trust at banks. Throughout history, there have been many different forms of currency. In ancient times, people used to trade using bartering, but then eventually they started to use precious metals like gold and silver because they were rare and valuable. This meant that a lot of wealth could be carried around in a relatively small amount of space. In more recent times, we've seen the use of paper money become more and more popular, and now we're even starting to see the use of digital currencies become more and more popular. One of the earliest records of the use of gold as currency goes back to ancient Egypt in around 2500 BC. At the time, gold was used to make jewelry and other decorative items, but it was also used as a form of payment. In ancient Greece, gold was used to make the first known gold coins, and in ancient Rome, gold was used to pay soldiers and other government employees. During the Middle Ages, gold was used by European kings to purchase land and power, and during the Age of Exploration, gold was one of the main things that explorers were looking for when they went to new lands. Gold is still used today as a form of currency, and it's also used to back up many of the world's paper currencies. Gold is also used in jewelry and other decorative items. Silver has also been used as a form of currency for thousands of years. Like gold, silver was first used in jewelry and other decorative items, but because it was more common than gold, it was also used for everyday transactions. In ancient Greece, silver was used to make the first known silver coins, and in ancient Rome, silver was used to pay the general public. During the Middle Ages, silver was used by European kings to purchase land and power, and during the Age of Exploration, silver was one of the main things that explorers were looking for when they went to new lands. Silver is still used today as a form of currency, and it's also used to back up many of the world's paper currencies. Silver is also used in jewelry and other decorative items. So now that we know a little bit about the history of blood and bullion, let's move on to the next part of our lesson. When it comes to investing in precious metals like gold and silver, there are a few different ways that you can do it. You can buy physical gold and silver, which means that you actually have the metal in your possession. Or you can invest in a gold or silver ETF, which is an exchange-traded fund. ETFs are a type of investment that allows you to buy a small piece of many different assets at once. So, for example, if you invested in an S&P 500 ETF, you would actually own a small piece of all of the companies in the S&P 500 index. There are a lot of different factors to consider when deciding how to invest in gold and silver. Some investors prefer to buy physical gold and silver because they want to have the metal in their possession. Other investors prefer to invest in a gold or silver ETF because it's a more liquid investment. I'd like to hear from you. How do you invest in gold and silver? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you would leave a like and maybe even subscribe if you have done so already. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.